Welcome to the American Council of the Blind of Virginia's Voices of Vision, a live Zoom broadcast where we conduct 30-minute interviews with inspiring guests making an impact in the blind and low vision community. ACBVA is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We appreciate your support. Enjoy the show. Hi, everyone. I'm Deborah Hill, and welcome to ACBVA's Voices of Vision. We are here today with our host, Maria Evangelista.
Hello, everyone.
And also Teresa Breeden, who is our tech support and also ACBVA's treasurer. And we are so happy to have with us today our guest, Robin Hoerber. Welcome, Robin.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. And for those of you who need to know my name, it's said just like Gerber baby food. So you can call me when you come to the convention, Gerber Hoerber.
Oh, Hoerber, Robin Hoerber. Thanks so much for correcting that. We love
That's
to get
okay.
people's names.
That is okay. I'm saying that for the good of the group.
Hoerber. We'll remember you as the cute little Gerber baby. Well, thanks so much for being with us today. And that's a great way to start with an icebreaker. And we're going to break some more ice with you as we get to know you better, Robin.
Okay.
And we would love to start by hearing a little more about your life story, your life's journey, and some life lessons that you've learned along the way, especially those to share with the blind and low vision community.
Okay. Well, I was born in the age where retinopathy due to prematurity was not curable, or there was not the ratio between oxygen and whatever else was in the incubator to prevent blindness. So when I was born in the early 50s, my parents didn't find out I was blind until I was 6 months old, because my eyes did not have any kind of deformities or anything along those lines. So when I was born and 6 months old, my parents contacted the New Jersey Commission of the Blind, and they were told that if they stayed in the state of New Jersey, that my education would be paid for. So that's exactly what they did. And the other piece that people often ask is, why New Jersey? Well, a lot of folks back in the day had to go to special schools, and Washington State and California were the other two states besides New Jersey where we could be mainstreamed into the public school. So that's another reason why my folks chose New Jersey. So I've lived in New Jersey all the way through my high school years before I went to college, of course, when I left home. So that's why. And I grew up in a little town on the border between New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. And it was very, very rural. We had a dirt road and a paved road, and that was it. We needed a car to go anywhere. And of course, since I could not drive, I was very, very isolated. And so I learned early on the importance of education, because education was going to be my freedom stick. I was going to be educated and then could be out on my own with a job and hopefully, a family someday. At least that was my thought process. So When I was in elementary school, junior high, and senior high, discrimination was rampant, and it was tough. I had an itinerant teacher when I was in those uh, schools, public school, and they couldn't stop some of the stuff that kids do. I had my Braille books. I learned Braille when I was 4, before kindergarten, um, and I learned typing in 2nd grade. So academically, it was fine, and they kept up with everything with the teachers, and there were no hiccups there. But discrimination was rough. I had rocks thrown at me. I was spit on. Kids
Oh,
would hide things in the
that's so sad.
classroom, like my homework papers, and then say I didn't do it.
Oh, wow.
They'd take them and put them in their own desk so that there was no way I would find papers. I was accused of cheating in high school, and I thought that was interesting because how could I cheat? I couldn't look at anybody's paper. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it.
Mm.
So that was a tough time. My parents really didn't know how to deal with it, and so they basically left it up to me. Uh,
So
but
you were
one,
on your own.
I was on my own. Um, but I was saved by summertime because I went to a camp for the blind that New Jersey Lions Clubs ran, and that was every summer from the time I was 6 until I was like 15 when I was a junior counselor there. And due to my isolated situation, my teachers through the New Jersey Commission for the Blind made sure that I had like 3 weeks to a month away from home every summer so I could get a break from all that. Uh, and I learned to work with the little ones, uh, teaching them how to tie their shoes, how to buckle, how to cut food, how to get dressed, little girls. And when I got older, I would work with the little boys too. People weren't so uptight about touching people back then. And of course, I was brought up not to do anything ugly to anybody. So I actually was a help to the counselors. But Camp Marcella was wonderful.
Mm.
Um, and my father was a huge influence in my life. Um, he told me that I had a purpose, and I would ask him what that was, and he said, "Don't worry, Robin, you will find out. You will know, and then you will know how you're going to, conduct your life and live your life." I told him, I said, "Well, I want to be a nurse." Well, I got a nurse's kit for one of my birthdays. I think it was like my 9th birthday. I wanted to be a nurse, and I had the bright idea of getting with my family doctor, and I saved up so I could pay for the appointment even because I didn't know whether my parents would think too much of that. And we had a talk, and he said, "Robin, you cannot see, and nurses have to be able to pull medicine in shots, and they need it to read charts, and technology isn't ready for you yet."
Mm.
So I said, "Well, what do I do?" And he said, "Work toward using your mind. Don't worry about your vision. Use your mind. And you love people and you're about service." And I
Well,
thought,
that was definitely words of wisdom from your dad, and you have shared some life lessons already in your story with us about the importance of education, and
yeah,
then in using your own agency and gathering with others at
hmm
the camp, and and also the support of someone else who encourages you and along the way. And
Which is
yeah,
so
very
I'm going
important.
to turn it over then to Maria to continue your story with you.
Yes.
uh-huh.
Actually, you have talked about, my question was talk about yourself. And just to let people know, the people with ROP during your time and my time, it's called oxygen toxicity, wherein you have to, when you're in an place in an incubator, the you have to, the oxygen level should be measured. So now they have the pulse ox, it's now called pulse ox, so that to prevent blindness. But anyway, I'm gonna just ask you in a brief way, because you've talked about yourself. Now, can you talk about a little bit about your career and your role with the ACBVA? And thank you so much for being with us today, by the way.
Oh, you're quite welcome. It's fine. Um, I was so happy after I spoke with my doctor that I went home and told my dad that I was going to go on and go into counseling. And from that
Mm-hmm.
time forward, I was about 9 years old, that's what I did. And I geared my career toward that. Um, and it started when I graduated from high school. I went to Dickinson College in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, majored in psychology and minored in English. I tried to minor in Spanish, but I didn't have quite enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't. But it was wonderful to be on a campus by myself. I went from high school right into college. I graduated in June and I was at college halfway through July. Um, Life lessons at Dickinson came hard, but I was up for the challenge. I had to order my own books. I had to manage readers and pay them. I had to manage a budget. Uh, I had to learn orientation and mobility. I had mobility in high school, white cane travel, but I lived in such a rural place that there was nowhere to practice. And I didn't use it, a white cane, in my school because it was a small school and I could get around without it. And I didn't want to set myself apart and be any different than I already was. So I decided I didn't need a cane. Well, when I went to Dickinson College and I had a whole campus, that was like a city to me. And I had to have a cane. So I
Mm-hmm.
called up the Division of Services for the Blind in Pennsylvania, and they came and I started intensive training with orientation and mobility with my white cane, and that hasn't left my hand since then. So I learned how to get around and I learned how to ask for help. I learned
Mm-hmm.
how to work with people of different cultures and treat them like they were important. Like a lot of people didn't pay readers back in the day and that kind of stuff, but I always made sure that I treated anybody that read for me like the best thing next to sliced bread, because without them, I could not have made it through college. I could not. Um, Back in the day, we had card catalogs. We didn't have computers. So it was hard to know what was out there to write papers on when I didn't know what was out there. So I had
Yeah.
to have people that could research well. Um, but I survived Dickinson just fine and really uh, enjoyed my time there. I joined a couple social organizations, which was good for me.
Is
And
that how you came across ACBVA also?
yes, yes, when I was in college, and I got the Braille Forum in Braille back then. And I thought, wow, someday I'm going to be like some of these people that I'm reading about. I hope that I can make that kind of progress. I had to work hard because we had a system in New Jersey where you had to keep a B plus average or you were out. You were out.
Wow.
They would kick you right out
Mm.
of the program.
That's a big expectation.
It was. It really was. So a lot of times when I could have been, you know, going to a football game or something else, I was in the library. But it was okay because it was such a wonderful opportunity to have a free ride, what they would call nowadays.
Mhm.
So then I went after Dickinson on to East Carolina University, and that was in Greenville, North Carolina, where I majored in vocational rehabilitation. And
Mhm.
that was an even bigger place. So I got my own apartment on the outskirts of the campus where I could walk to class. My classes were primarily in one building. So I got an apartment close by and walked to class. Um, it was very intense graduate school, but I did well because it was my field and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, because you felt more motivated, you know.
I did.
And in that case, I think Deborah has another question for you.
Sure.
Okay, and then so you moved on, and of course got more involved in other organizations, and now you're with ACBVA, and
Hmm.
so we'd like to hear a little bit more about your upcoming role with our state convention in October.
Okay, well, um, with my state convention, I'm really looking forward to the convention. I love conventions because
Yeah.
I'm just like a plain old sponge. I soak up everybody's ideas, their logic, their tricks on how to survive and
Yeah.
technology. And at this convention, it's going to have something for everyone.
It's going
Yes.
to be my first time, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not my first ACB convention, but it's been so long ago since I went
Mhm.
that I might as well be. So I'm going to be working with the icebreaker on the Friday evening, and the title of that is going to be something along the line of "Whoops, uh, you did what?" and go from there. And I've
Oh,
got
that
some
sounds
funny things
interesting.
to share. But
Yeah.
everything in our lives helps us to grow. And at our convention, we will be sharing experiences and what works, what doesn't work. We'll have a silent auction,
Hmm.
and we'll be doing very enjoyable things, learning about technology, uh, having another uh, event where we will be moving around a bit, shake out the cobwebs from sitting still too long and all that. So it's going to be a wonderful exploration, sharing of ideas and tips and tricks and
Yes.
how
Well,
to navigate life.
yes,
Yeah.
I was so excited to hear about your icebreaker because sometimes you get nervous when even when there are people we're all in the same community, but you may feel like you don't know anyone and you're not quite sure how to speak or introduce yourself, and I just thought it was really perfect that you're bringing some levity to are welcoming.
Yes, and some people are shy, so
Yes.
this it would be a good encouragement.
Yeah.
Hmm.
In
Well,
that case, actually, I'm gonna ask you the last question, wherein how would you encourage people, or what will be your advertisement so that people will be joining? They'll be looking forward, just like myself, in attending this convention.
okay. Well, if you want to be somewhere where you're going to be accepted right where you are, with the things you consider good, the things that you need improving, the things that you're concerned about, the things that cause you fear, the things that cause you joy, you're going to come to the right place because it's all going to be there. Nobody's going to judge you for where you are because we've all been there. And if that ever occurs, I'll be one of the first to take up for you and say, wait, 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 wait. Remember when? Remember when you didn't know where to go and you felt silly and you locked yourself in the bathroom? Remember? And it's all going to be fine. We welcome our newcomers and the people that have been we're all in it together. We're one big community with our workshops and informative panels and our inspirational speakers that we will hear to give us encouragement. And the vendors, oh my goodness, I can't wait
Yes.
to check out the vendors because technology hasn't always been my strong suit. But I am kicking and screaming into whatever century we've got going on here. And
Yes.
It
I'm
definitely
determined.
has advanced, a lot.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. So matter of fact, we can't even keep up with it. Those
Yes.
of us who are in the field, we can't keep up with it. And
Yes.
and another fun thing is the silent auction. I
Yes.
am competitive about the silent auction. Yes, I am. And all the wonderful fellowship. You know,
Yes.
the times when we're not in meetings, we'll be having good fellowship with one another and just, you know, taking our newcomers under our wings and just loving on them and make sure they feel okay. And teaching them in small ways how to advocate for what they want right there at the convention. Because
Yes.
it's going to
Mhm.
be a wonderful environment to learn
Yes.
that if you don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
all need to grow and we all need to learn.
And we
Well,
need to be standing as one, you know?
Yes, yes,
yes.
especially nowadays with things the way they're going in the world. You know, we need to be a united, loving, compassionate group that really cares about their fellow human beings
Well, yes.
and
Well, we
keep that.
certainly found ACBVA to be
Ye-
just that. And
Like one
that
big
is a
family.
wonderful, wonderful way to end, Robin, with all of your encouragement for everyone to come and join us in October.
Mhm.
And also the things that you shared about our exciting vendors, and that segues us to our closing, which is
Mhm.
always with Teresa Breeden, who shared
Yes,
our great fundraising opportunities.
extraordinaire.
Mm.
That's
I
the
wouldn't
truth.
say that.
Yes. Oh, yes.
All right. So let's talk about fundraising. So let's see. I cannot find my little cheat sheet, so bear with me. I don't know why I cannot find anything these days. So we're going to start off with our tote bags. We do have those for sale. They're a nice size, heavy duty. They have a pocket on the outside and they're zippered shut. So there's no chance of things falling out. It does have our logo on the front and it is $30 right now. And that includes shipping and handling. We do have shirts available from sizes small up to a 5X. They're regular t-shirts made 100% with cotton, and so they will shrink a little bit, but they do fit to size, and they're longer shirts, and those also run $30 with shipping and handling. But both of those items will be available at the convention, so if you get them at the convention, you don't have to pay the $5 for the shipping and handling. So you would get both of those items would run $25. Um, Coming soon, we're going to have coffee mugs with our logo on them. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned that logo is going to be on that shirt as well, just in case I may have forgotten that.
Mhm.
Um, the logos will be on the coffee cups, and those will be available soon
Good.
for purchase online or at the convention. All those items, if you would like to order them online, you can go to our website and go to the donate button or section of the website and make a donation for that price. And then you would send me a email. So our website is acb.org/donate. And then my email address is Teresa, that's ERESA @ACBVA. You would put in the email what you're ordering, how many you want. If it's a shirt, put what sizes you want and send that to me, and I will get on top of that. We also have a Scentsy fundraiser going on. For those of you that don't know what Scentsy is, it is a company that sells wax warmers. They smell wonderful, and you don't deal with a flame. It is electric, so you plug it in, it heats it up, it melts the wax and makes your house smell wonderful. They also do sell cleaning products and laundry products as well. That fundraiser has just now been extended through the end of October. I will put links to the website, to the donate page, and to our Scentsy fundraiser in the extra notes that will be included on this video. So you can check that out. So, you know, all this is a great way to show your support for American Council of the Blind of Virginia. And I think that's all I got to say right now, except
Yeah.
for I'm
Thanks
looking
so much,
forward,
Teresa. You have a lot to
Yes.
share. Thanks so
looking
much.
forward to seeing everybody at the convention.
Yes, so
Yes.
we are just so excited about that, and we thank once again our wonderful guest Robin for giving
Yes.
us
Thank you,
so much
Robin.
You're welcome.
information and getting us more and more excited about the convention. And thank you, Maria, as always,
Thank
for
you,
being a
Deborah. Thank you,
Yes.
wonderful host,
Teresa.
and
Me too.
Teresa for all that you do. And stay tuned on our social media website, Facebook page, and YouTube channel. And you'll look at the schedule there to find out about our next show. So, bye for now. And as we always ask you to
We will see
do,
you next
use
week.
your voice to share your vision.
So thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Yes.
bye. See you
Goodbye.
all.
This has been the American Council of the Blind of Virginia's Voices of Vision. We hope you enjoyed the show. Music by Sam Lupica. Visit our website at acbva.org. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe with us on our YouTube channel. Email your story ideas to communications@acbva.org.